Hey, 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 we at the mount. We at the mount. We at the mount. Yeah. Hey, okay. Next gen. Next gen. Hey, okay. Next gen. Hey, okay. Next gen. Hey, okay. Next gen. We at the mount. We at the mount. We at the mount. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, next gen. Next gen. Hey, okay. Next gen. Hey, okay. Next gen. Hey, okay. Next gen.
Hey, look. All right, come on. Look, time for the show. Okay, all right. Hey, look, what's going on? What's going on, y'all? Look, you are tuned into the Mount Next Gen. This is Recharge Reloaded. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Y'all saw me just give him all the smoke on his
hey, no, it's not like that. I definitely beat him.
Okay, what's the scoreboard on?
The scoreboard was not on,
Absolutely not. So we don't know who won. But did you see the man? He was swatting me, trying to...
No. Y'all saw what he was trying. Y'all saw what he was doing to me.
Cheaters never win. Cheaters never prosper. But look, we're going to go ahead and jump right back into it. Y'all probably wondering why we got this here. And this whole month has been about money madness. You know, it's been March Madness. We've been talking about money. This is the last one. This is the season finale. This is the final game. We are in the fourth quarter. So this is Mount Next Gen, and I'm Minister Patrick Williams.
I'm AJ.
I'm Xavier.
And I'm Isaiah.
All right, so we're gonna jump right into it. So we've been talking about money madness this whole week. What did we talk? What was the first? What was the topic the first week?
Securing the bag.
Securing the bag. Second week was what?
Stewarding the bag.
Stewarding the bag. A third one?
Sharing the bag.
Sharing the bag. And today our topic is make your shot count. So that's what I was just doing right then. Did you see that? I was making all my shots count.
I was making all my shots count for sure.
Make your shot count. So look, our focus, and basically what we're going to be talking about today is when we talk about making your shot count, we're talking about making a financial plan. Making a financial plan. We've been talking about it all week about what you need to do. Now it's finally time to put some practical steps in order so that way we can follow it, so that we can be better stewards of our finances, better stewards of our money. So our focus scripture is Proverbs 21, verse 5. Mm-hmm. Chapter 21, verse 5. And I'll be reading the New Living Translation, and it reads as this: good planning and hard work lead to prosperity, but hasty shortcuts lead to poverty. I don't know about y'all. I'm going to run that back one more time. It says good planning, not bad planning, but good planning and hard work lead to prosperity, but hasty shortcuts lead to poverty. Ooh. So look, this is one of the final rules in Proverbs that pretty much sums up all of the others. So we're talking about budgeting, planning for retirement or planning for future events for you, in y'all case, and also saving for emergencies, So with the scripture saying good planning and hard work lead to prosperity, do y'all want to be prosperous?
Yes.
So let me tell you what prosperity is. So looking up prosperity, I asked Siri, right? I said, Siri, what is prosperity? Because I like to make sure if I don't use it all the time in my daily language, I want to make sure I know it. So y'all in the chat, type in the chat money signs or prosperity. If you want to be prosperous, if you want some money, type it in the chat. Just put up a money emoji. Put up you never know. We might be a blessing. No, God gonna bless you. That's what we're gonna do. God gonna bless you. So put a money chat in the chat. So prosperity means the state of being prosperous. The state of being prosperous. I don't know about y'all, but I want my bag. I want to be prosperous, and I want my bag to last.
Right.
So in order to make your bag last or make your bag count, you got to make your shot count.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to make your shot count. So when it comes to your money or your bag, as we've been calling it all month, you got to make it count. So what does it mean to make your shot count?
It means to make sure what you do with your money matters.
Okay, so what I just heard from you is all money matters, or what you do with your money matters.
Yes.
All right? What you do with your money matters. Anybody else?
Don't miss out on any opportunities.
Don't miss out on no opportunities. Any opportunity. Don't miss out on any opportunities to what? To better steward your bag or better steward your money. I like that. You got something? Okay, you good to go. All right, cool. So basically what it means to make your shot count is doing what is right when it comes to your money. A financial plan, doing what is right when it comes to your money. And when you do what's right when it comes to your money, it keeps you in the game for a long time.
For real.
So just like right here, I was making my shot count. It kept me in the game for a long time because I kept hitting all the, okay, no.
This guy.
Right. So look, let's do a quick little activity real quick. And I want to go back on something we touched about last week. We talked about tithe. Well, actually, we've been talking about money and budgeting the whole month. So with the tithe piece, we always say pay tithe, but I want to make sure y'all know what it is to pay tithe. So we know it's the 10% of your income, 10% of what you got coming in, your earnings and all that stuff, right? So if I'm your employer, right, I give you $100. What is your tithe off $100?
$10.
$10. Let's go. Quick math. I love it. All right. So if I'm your employee and I give you $350, what is the tithe of $350?
35.
350, 35. I like that. So it's a tenth, 10% of your total earnings. So AJ, I'll ask you, if I give you worked a lot of overtime this week, I'm your employee, I come to hand you your money is $1,000. What is the tithe off $1,000?
$100.
$100. Let's go. Y'all see this? I'm sitting up here with some brainiacs. These are some smart people, folks. I'm talking about they rattled that thing right off. No rehearsal. No rehearsal right there. 10% of your earnings or your income that you got coming in. Y'all know what to do. So those of you who are out there, if you got any questions about tithing or what the percentage is or what it should look like, make sure you have a conversation with your parents and let them know that, hey, look, I'm looking towards tithing and I need some help with tithing. I want to make sure I got my numbers down pat. So that's super, super cool. Salute to y'all for that. So I just basically wanted to give y'all an example of what it looks like, or I wanted y'all to hear what it is to tithe and make sure y'all had the breakdowns for it. So we're going to dive a little deeper into budgeting, right? So it's all different kinds of ways of being diligent by planning ahead. We got all different ways of being able to do that. We've already said that you need the budget. Now it's time to actually put some steps in place, right? And the best way to do that is to lead by example. So in your household, parents, I know we got some parents watching. If you don't have your teens, go and get your teens in the room right now. But I know we got some parents watching, right? Yeah. And being that we have some parents watching, it's best. More is caught than taught. I've heard that saying multiple times. More is caught than taught. And with that being said, you have to be an example with your finances to show your kids how to be a good steward over what they have coming in. So it's always good to be the example that you want them to be. Hey, look, shout out to our shirts. Look, red versus black.
Red versus black.
Red team versus black. And we didn't even plan it like this.
We did it.
So happened to sit this way. Wow, red versus black. We look like we on Wildin' Out or something. This is cool. So the first step that you want to do is you want to set up a bank account. You want to set up a bank account. Reason you want to set up a bank account, we all start out with like a piggy bank, right? Piggy bank is cool. Piggy bank is cool when you're young and you're growing up, but when it get to the point where you're getting some real money coming in, when you got a job or you getting a bunch of money because you're an entrepreneur and all. Shout out to all the entrepreneurs out there doing their thing. Young entrepreneurs too. I see y'all on social media. I ain't forgot about y'all. I see y'all. Y'all might make it into the Recharge Spotlight because I love to see young people doing their thing, especially with entrepreneurship. It's super, super cool. So it's cool to have a piggy bank when you're young and all that stuff, but it's time to upgrade, right? So if you don't have a bank account and you want to make the first step towards budgeting or the first step towards, being a good financial steward, you want to go and open up a bank account. So talk to your parents about opening up a bank account. Now, they might not want to tie you to their bank account. No, I'm going to tell you why. They might not want to tie you to their bank account because there's this such thing called overdraft fees. And if you overdraft on your account, it'll go and pull the money out of the account that's tied to it. Right. So for that reason, they may not want to put you on their account, but they do want to make sure they are, like a signer on your account. So that way they can track your budget, budget habits. They can see your spending and stuff like that. Not to run your stuff. But it's always good to have somebody there for accountability purposes. Yep. You know what I'm saying? So that's super, super cool. So let me ask y'all this. Do y'all budget currently?
Yes.
And if you don't mind sharing, and we'll start with you, Xavier, what does your budgeting look like?
Well, my budgeting looks like first my tithes.
Okay.
And then dealing with other expenses that I'll need in the future, like marching band.
All right, cool. So you got marching band expenses. Just give me a little bit of what you may have to pay for as far as marching band.
If I'm correct, I think it's about $200.
Not a dollar amount, but I'm just saying, what would you have to purchase when it comes to marching band?
Well, I have to pay to even be able to do it.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that's off the top. Dude. You got to pay to even play. You got to pay to play. That's what they say. They think you got to pay to play, baby. Right. So what is, if y'all don't mind sharing, what your budget look like?
So my budget looks like the same thing as his, but for a different sport, I run track and I play football, so I have to save up to be able to purchase the things that I need to, play the sport.
That's real. That's real. AJ, you want to share?
I've been recently spending a lot of my money on things for prom.
Okay.
And also things for college, so application fees, scholarship fees, all this stuff.
Okay.
And I still have been trying to budget to make sure I have money on the side for when I need it.
Oh, that's super, super cool. So look, I am up here with some really, really cool people that really get it, right? So those of you who are at home, even though you might be struggling with a budget or you may not even know what a budget is right now, we're trying to help you get your life in order, get yourself together so that way you can get on the right path to being financially successful. That's the purpose of this whole thing. So we're going to jump into how to budget, all right? So one of the things about a bank account, before we jump into that, one of the things about having a bank account is it helps you to reconcile your account. It keeps track of your spending, as well as it helps you to learn to save.
Right.
One of the things I love about a bank account, I love looking at my check-ins and my savings, right? So when I get paid, I have automatic deposit. So being that I have direct deposit, it goes directly into the bank, right? It goes into my checking account. So I look at my savings and I say, oh man, I want to pull some money out of my check-ins and put it over into my savings. And my savings I don't want to touch.
Right.
Unless there's an emergency or something come up and I need to go in there because I don't have the extra money in my checking account. But it's always good to actually visually look at it. I stay on the app. I ain't gonna say what app because there might be some people on here that be like, you need to come over to my bank. So we ain't doing no advertising. I just stay on the app, monitoring my funds, trying to see what I got going on and keeping track of it. So that's a great way to start this whole thing out. So when it jumps into budget, talking about how to budget, we're going to give you the steps on how to budget. And when we talk about how to budget, first you have to list your monthly income. List your monthly income. That means everything that you have coming in, you want to list your monthly income. So put down everything and you say, okay, this is what I have coming in for the month. We're going to do our budget monthly. Right? So you list down everything that you have coming in. When I say income, I'm talking about the money you make. So even including side hustles. Put your side hustle on the track so that way you can make sure you're doing the right thing. Because, see, a lot of times we get a side hustle and we think the side hustle is just money we can blow.
Right.
No.
And which is, hey, if that's what you want to do, then you do what you want to do. But if you want to be financially successful and financially stable, you want to put that on there as another little line. Now, it could be an added bonus piece to it. And if you need it, you could kind of go into it. But it's always good to see everything you have. So monthly, put it down. So you can track it the old school way by putting it on a piece of paper. I used to write down my stuff. Like, I still put something down. I write it down or put it in my phone, right? So you can write it down, or it's all kind of apps these days. You can get an app to actually track your spending or your income that you have coming in. So as far as budgeting, first thing you want to do is you want to list your monthly income. So the income what it means to have income is your regular scheduled check. Or your regular money. If you know, so you may not get a check, right? You may have just money coming in as far as like you cut grass.
Right.
So, you get cash coming in. So you want to list. If you know you get $20 a yard, say you do 5 yards a week, that's $100 a week. So your monthly expense or your monthly income coming in is what?
$100.
$100, so that's $400 for the month.
Oh, yeah,
if
right,
you do
right.
it 4 times a week. Yeah, I just gave you a lot of credit just then and told you he do quick math and he just messed me up. Did you just
Listen.
I threw you off. That was really more so my thinking right then. So $400 a month. So you could do it that way too. If you don't have a regular check coming in, you could just look at the money that you have coming in. Got me? So the second one is you want to list your expenses. You want to list your expenses. So what are some of the things? So you say you have marching band, right? So you'll list your expenses when it comes to marching band. That's why I asked you. I always, it's not a setup, but I always ask the questions leading into where I'm going. Because when I said, well, what do you need to spend your money on when it comes to marching band? That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to get you to list your expenses because you need to know what it is that you need to pay for. You know what I mean? So when you list your expenses, you know you got prom coming up. So what are some of the expenses that you would list for prom?
I got to put money towards my dress. I need
Let's
to
go.
put money towards
Hold on,
heels.
that's off the rip. The dress is
accessories.
number one.
Yeah,
Heels, dress. So you
all
say
that.
your dress, your shoes, your accessories, hair, all that. Oh my God, that is really, really expensive. Prom time is expensive anyway.
Right.
So Isaiah, what are some of the things that would be on your expense list?
So obviously like the accessories and the gear that I need to use. Also, for track, I also need spikes and shoes and clothes.
Okay, cool. So when we talking about listing your expenses, you got to know what's coming in, number one, and then you have to plan what's going out.
Yep.
So when you list your expenses, you're planning what's going out. So that way you can account for your money. And we're going to zero it in here in a second. So you want to make sure you write down stuff like giving. You want to put down what you're saving. You want to put down what you're spending money on, like say, for instance, if you have bills. So you got food, you got utilities, you got shelter, you got transportation. And this more so for an adult. But on y'all range, you just gave me the things that y'all got on your list. And that's cool because that means you got some really, really great parents to fall back on. So you ain't got to worry about bills right now. You don't have to worry about transportation. You don't have to worry about a roof over your head because you got a great parent. You got great parents that keep those things in line for you, right? So the things that y'all have to worry about at y'all age is, and some people are out there paying bills at a young age. So hey, salute to you. But this will help you be financially stable enough to be able to keep track of it. You know, because I know some young people that just got a different situation and they may have to pay bills at a young age. You know what I mean? So we don't want to leave you out as well. All right. So you want to make sure you list that stuff down. You want to write down other essentials, and you also want to put down extras. You want to have that miscellaneous bank, that miscellaneous little Bama. My dad used to call it a Bama, right? Back in the day, they used to roll the money up, put it in a sock, and put it in your sock drawer. We're not putting money in sock drawers no more. Nah. We are putting it in the bank or putting it off to the side in a secure account so that way we can track it better. And you also want to make sure you keep track of monthly expenses. So one of the things I always hear Bishop talk about is, you know, his mom used to give him money to give her a gift, right? One of the things that I hear about, especially when it comes to teens, is we always say, I don't have no money. I don't have no money. But if we budget and we track our months, I'm sorry, excuse me, that's a tongue twister. Your monthly specific expenses. So say, for instance, Mother's Day, Father's Day, birthdays. You know this stuff is coming up. Yeah. You know, oftentimes we wait till it get here and we're like, well, I don't have no money. Well, what happened to your money? Well, I spent my money on shoes, or I spent my money at the store, or I spent my money. And we'll talk about it a little later as far as some of the things that we spend our money on as young people. And it's quite interesting. So you want to make sure you think about those monthly expenses. So if you know a holiday coming up, write that into your budget. So if you know Mother's Day, Father's Day is coming up for the month, make sure you write a line item for Mother's Day, Father's Day, because you want to make sure you give back to your mother and father because, you know, I just told you, you got great parents. They are blessing you as far as keeping the roof and stuff over your head. So you want to make sure we can take care of them where we can. Yeah. So the next thing is you want to subtract your income from your expenses. So you want to subtract your income from your expenses. So what it is you subtract all those expenses from your income so that way you know exactly what it is that you have. Now, sometimes we hit it right on the head and we'll zero out. So if you zero out, that's super, super cool. You got good budgeting skills. Oftentimes, we don't always zero it out. We don't meet that budget right off. And that's okay. You don't have to get it the first time. If it's over a little bit, though, if you have it over, that means either you need to go get another job and get some more money coming in. You need a side hustle.
Or you need to cut some of that stuff off.
That's it. Yeah. Bro, you need to cut some of the expenses. And that's one of the things that we're talking about here. You got to do some different math and figure out where you can cut some stuff at. Like probably that Starbucks money or that Chick-fil-A money. Most young people eat at Chick-fil-A like every day. If you eat at Chick-fil-A every day, you are in your... Now, I ain't gonna front. Shout out to Tanaya. I rolled up to Chick-fil-A and she set me up. I know you're watching today. You set me up. I pulled up to Chick-fil-A. I was going to get me a good old salad. I was going to get a salad. I'm trying to do better with my eating and stuff like that. So I said, man, I left the gym. First of all, I was all wrong going to get something right after the gym anyway, but I was starving, right? So I go and get me a salad, and I seen the sign for the smokehouse barbecue chicken sandwich. Oh my God, if you haven't had it, go and check it out. It's not open today, but catch it on Monday. It is a barbecue sandwich with bacon, all the best ingredients on it. Bacon, lettuce, cheese, and barbecue sauce, and the chicken. Okay, so I pull it up. I get my, I see the picture and I say, you know what? I don't have the discipline. Give me the chicken sandwich. I get the chicken sandwich. Tanaya didn't ask me whether I wanted grilled or fried because I only ever had it grilled. I didn't even know you had the option of getting it fried. So she typed in on her thing without even asking me, fried, right? Look, it's not your fault because I'm the one that came there from the gym, but it is your fault because I didn't know that a fried one even exists. So now tonight you got me hooked on a fried smokehouse barbecue chicken sandwich. And when I just knew that it was, it was good with the grill, but now that fried, you know, fried is always better. It's not better for you, but it's good. And as a matter of fact, we got this corporate fast going on. And I think we're getting rid of some fried stuff this week. So I won't be able to come and see you at Chick-fil-A tonight this week because I can't get the fried chicken sandwich this week. But I said that was funny because I wanted to share that because I was like, yo, when I put it, I didn't even know. I got home and I told everybody, I was like, oh my God, they got a fried sandwich. I said, and I thought it was because I was in Portsmouth. I said, oh my God, only in Portsmouth where they make their chicken sandwich fried. Over in Greenbrier, it is always grilled. And they never asked me. So getting back on track. So you want to make sure you track your expenses all month long. You want to track your expenses all month long. So after you subtract it, and then you track it, you want to make sure you track it all month long so that way you can get your budget. So you don't just get a budget and leave it. So you don't just set a budget and be like, well, I got my budget for the year because things change throughout the month. So you want to make sure you have that monthly check-in every month so that way you could go back to it and revisit, say, okay, I need to change this, or I didn't work as much overtime this week, so I need to kind of finagle this a little bit, move this over here. Okay, now I'm only getting this. Y'all got me? You tracking with me? Okay, cool. So tracking your expenses all month. So let me ask y'all this. So being that y'all were already doing your budget, how were y'all tracking it month to month? Were y'all changing stuff through the month? Oh, y'all just do everything right, huh?
No, we don't do everything right.
No, we don't.
We're not perfect.
I like that. Okay,
We had to learn the hard way.
For real.
Because we talked about it. We talked about storing it in the bag. So then y'all tell me what y'all blew y'all money on before. So then y'all got it on track, and now we got a budget. That's great, man. I'm proud of y'all. Thank y'all so much for doing what it is that y'all need to do as young people. That's super, super cool. All right, so you won't get nowhere with money if you don't track it, right? If you just set it and forget it, you're all over the place. You're shooting in the blind, right?
For real.
Because things change, right? So it can literally get you nowhere when it comes to money. So you got to make sure you track it, and you want to track every transaction. Every transaction. I don't care if you got $3 in your pocket and you say, well, look, I'm going to buy a smoothie with this real quick. No, track it. Write it down. So that way, and it also shows you your spending habits. It'll show you your spending habits. Bishop said it one time before, and Elder, and Elder and Dr. Kimberly, they always do a great job about talking about finances, right? And they say, if I want to see what you're into, show me your checkbook. Show me your account. Show me what I can tell you what you're into. I can tell you what you like. I can tell you all these things by just simply looking at your budget, looking at your checkbook or whatever, right? So not only do you budget it and look at it monthly or track it, you want to make a new budget. You want to make a new budget each month. You want to make a new budget.
Basically, you said it.
Look, you said it, right? But before the next month begin, go ahead and start working on the next month ahead of time. So you want to make sure you're working on it. Before the month even begins, you want to work on it going into it, right? So it's true that your budget won't change a bunch from month to month, but you still want to make sure you look at it and do some fine tuning to put those things in order. So I'm going to ask y'all a question. Can you make a budget with an irregular income? So if your income is up and down, can you still make a budget?
Yeah.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Because if you remember earlier, I talked about not having a consistent paycheck coming in each month, right? But if you cut grass and your stuff is going up and down, you can still make a budget with irregular income. All you have to do is make sure you look at it, what you brought in the last month, because we're tracking. If you look at what you brought in last month, you can kind of move that number over, and then you can kind of use that as your baseline to go from there. You got me? So why is it so important to budget? It is important to budget it because you want to make sure you're making progress with your money.
Yeah.
In order to make progress with your money, you got to know where it's going. So people say all the time, budgeting takes them from wondering where their money went to telling it where to go. So it takes your money from wondering, okay, well, man, where you ever looked up at the end of the month and was like, man, that money went quick. I'm telling you, you look up and like, man, I don't remember what I spent it on. And then you get looking for receipts in the car, underneath the couch, and all that stuff. No, if you track it while you're going, you'll be in better shape. So it's better to budget, right? So we're going to talk about a couple things that teens waste money on, right, before we get out of here. Talk about a couple things. So I looked this up, and it said Gen Z teens are spending about $2,600 a year.
Dang.
Wow.
$2,600 a year, right? Yeah, I said the same thing. I was like, goodness gracious, that's a lot of money, right? So a lot of people spend their money on such things like, you might go get that mocha, cocoa, frappe,
Lord.
whatever, Starbucks. So the first one that jumps into it, y'all spend y'all money on fast food and coffee. Fancy coffee. Y'all love some Starbucks, bro.
Today, aren't you?
I'm sorry, AJ. You are a coffee drinker. I didn't know that. I never drunk coffee. I really thought coffee was an adult drink. I did. I didn't even think. But when I got to be an adult, right, and I felt like I'm grown. I can get me some coffee now. Right? I can get some coffee and find out I don't even like it. Coffee don't do what it do to others for me. Like it don't boost me up. It make me sleepy and drowsy. I'm drained when I drink a hot cup of coffee. So it don't do it for me.
I will stick with cappuccino, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they spending money on. So we talked about Chick-fil-A. A lot of people love Chick-fil-A. So you go to Chick-fil-A once and twice a week. That's a bad way to spend your money. So a lot of people spend their money on trendy clothes and fashion, shoes, cosmetics, and all that stuff, right? Matter of fact, I had a young person, and shout out to the comments. I love y'all in the comments because y'all are real deal, right? So I had a young lady hit me up. She was like, Mr. Patrick, you talk about budgeting, but you buy a lot of shoes. You got a different shoe every. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. First of all, I'm grown. Don't come from me. That was my first one, right? I like jumped down, like, wait a minute now, hold on. But no, that's a good thing. That's a good observation, right? So one of the things that I want to help you with is I didn't do this when I couldn't afford it. Right? I didn't just buy shoes. Now, I did do it when I first got my check. Remember I told y'all 5 pair of shoes, first check, boom. So then I stopped because, even though I'm a lover of shoes and fashion, I had to stop because it wasn't a smart thing to do. So I had to get some things in order first. So then when you become an adult and all that stuff, you got bills, you put that stuff in line, and then you could get to where you could spend, splurge on yourself and take care of, different things like that. So I waited till I got into a position to be able to do so. And I don't get everyone that come out while you're watching. I don't get every Jordan. I don't get every shoe that comes out. I just get a lot of them that I like. All right. So they spend their money on smartphones and apps. A lot of y'all get the latest smartphone, everyone that come out. It's a trap, folks. It's a trap. Do not fall into it. If a new phone come out, I don't get a phone until mine start dying. Mine start acting crazy.
Right.
About 2 years, your phone start automatically acting up. So every 2 years, 2 to 3 years is when I'll get a new phone. School dances, we talked about prom. So it's nothing wrong with spending your money on school dances, but I'm talking about blowing the bag, just going all out. Because remember, it's nice to have these pictures and stuff for the memories, but after it's all over, all it is a memory, and you have to continue to live after that.
I see people buying Lambos just to pull up to a school.
Bro, just to pull up, literally. And the funny part is, nobody's outside when you pull up.
Right.
I'll never forget, my grandma had a Benz S550 when I went to prom, right? I got to drive the Benz to the prom, right? I thought I was going to stunt. I was going to pull up on them. I pull up, won't nobody there. I had to go park in the garage.
Oh, my God.
And walk to the prom. I was like, oh, God, that was a waste of time. Ain't nobody get to see me with my white tux hop out of this white Benz. It was devastating. Spring break. People spending money on spring break, going to Mexico, taking these lavish trips and all that stuff. They spending on cars and accessories. Back in the day, we was into cars, accessories, spending the money on the rims, the tents, the sounds, all that stuff. Video games and consoles. I know I just
no need for
I know I just
You hit all of us in the spot. You definitely
video
did.
games and consoles. They spending money on concert tickets. Concert tickets are ridiculous.
$100 just to go to a show?
$100 to go see somebody right now. Not only that, they spending money on expensive dates. Whatever happened to just going to the park? It was free. Now y'all want to go to Roof Chris and all that. I ain't never took no girl to Roof Chris. I took my wife to Roof Chris. Shout out to April. Hey, boo. Be home in a minute. And another thing. Now, this one hit me. One-click shopping. Amazon Prime gets you every time.
Right.
I don't know what it is about Amazon Prime. All right, so I hope that helped you all as far as with your money and tracking your money, with your budget and all that stuff. You got any questions, let us know. Get with your parents, man. And remember, parents, to lead by example, right? Mm-hmm. So not only that, we're going to jump into the Recharge Spotlight. Our Recharge Spotlight this week goes to Olivia Georges. Olivia Georges. I know she's not a Mount Chesapeake partner. She's over there at the Mount Penn with Pastor Alvin and Lady Georges. They are doing a great job with pushing her in the right direction, right? So she got accepted into all these colleges, right? Spelman, Howard, Norfolk State, North Carolina A&T, Arizona State, Hunter College, ODU, IE University in Spain. God has blessed Olivia with a plethora of choices. We are so proud of her. Mm-hmm. Continue doing everything that you're doing. But look, you got some decisions to make. Type in the chat and encourage her right now. Y'all say decisions, because I'm anxious to find out which one is she going to pick. So salute to you, man. I'm so proud of you. So look, y'all, this has been Recharge Reloaded. Now it is time for Mountaineers Live. So go and get your young people. Go and get your little small kids, because it is time for Mountaineers Live with Minister Ulysses. I'll take it easy. I'll holler at y'all.